be honest, I didn't know who she was at one point. That was one of the biggest struggles that I talked about to my audience is after you're someone in the beauty industry, especially, it's hard to not be that person. And being a hairstylist was something that I always dreamed to be ever since I was a little girl. I didn't see a life outside of that. So when I left the hair industry, it was something that I felt that I was called to do, but I did not know who I was, like, at all, because my identity was so stuck on being Dream Chasing Hair, which was my stylist name. And so many people depended on me of, just being behind the chair. Like, I was like, okay, like, really, who am I? So, to be honest with you, I didn't know who I was.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Blck Impact Podcast. I am Tiffany, your host. And today, guys, I have a special guest with me today. I am joined by a lifestyle creative, Ashley, guys, who has built a community over 129,000 followers by sharing travel, everyday experiences, soft life, culture, and modern digital living. Okay, guys, her content gives people a glimpse into a beautiful curated lifestyle, but behind aesthetics, and highlights real and a deeper story about navigating visibility, staying authentic, and maintaining balance in digital age. Guys, I want to welcome Ashley, guys. Hey,
Hi.
Ashley.
Glad to be here.
Thank you so much for joining today. I'm so excited for this conversation. How are you doing?
How about you?
I'm doing good. So I have some questions for you today. We're just gonna get straight into it. So after doing hair for 16 years, who was Ashley outside of being a stylist?
To be honest, I didn't know who she was at one point. That was one of the biggest struggles that I talked about to my audience is after you're someone in the beauty industry, especially, it's hard to not be that person. And being a hairstylist was something that I always dreamed to be ever since I was a little girl, 5. I cut my hair, and my grandmother came inside from the clothesline and saw me cut my hair, and that was a bad moment for me. I'm not gonna lie. But being a hairstylist was something that I always wanted to be. I didn't see a life outside of that. So when I left the hair industry, it was something that I felt that I was called to do, but I did not know who I was, like, at all, because my identity was so stuck on being Dream Chasing Hair, which was my stylist name. And so many people depended on me of, just being behind the chair. Like, I was like, okay, like, really, who am I? So, to be honest with you, I didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
It took me a minute. I went through a depression. It was really, it was a bad time. So,
and when did you decide to leave and to figure out who Ashley was?
I left the hair industry. Well, I decided to leave the hair industry during COVID. So I was in the middle of a six stop hair tour date, which was called the Dream Chasing Hair TV tour, and I was in six different locations. It was supposed to be, I think it was Raleigh, Virginia, Florida, DC, and some other area, I forgot. But I went to Raleigh, and then I went back home to VA, which is where I'm from. And in that time frame, everything started to shut down. It was like, oh, we're out for 2 weeks. And I was like, out for 2 weeks. So, I had to cancel my whole tour. So I was at home sitting, because as a hairstylist, I'm just going to be frank. If you're good at what you do, you're going to make that money. And it's going to be an everyday thing. But also with that, you get cash every day. it's out the door as soon as you get it.
Or
Sitting at home,
right.
and I'm just like, who am I without hair? Like, I don't have anything. I can't make money. I was missing things with my kids. Just, because you work on the weekends and you work a lot. And I'm just like, I'm missing out on a lot of stuff. And I was unhealthy. I looked older than what I was. It was just a lot. So I was like, you know what? I like being at home. I'm going to try to start making some money from home. And travel and food was something that I always shared with my audience. So I was just, and I had a burning desire to do that. Just, and so I was like, you know what? I'm going to retire. I don't think I want to do hair no more.
You just stepped out on faith and was like, I'm just going to start traveling and,
And I had a
doing stuff
product
like
line,
that.
which I still do, but it's on a little pause right now. So that's what I was going to do full time and just tap fully into content and travel and food, which is something that I really did just take a leap. I
That's amazing though. Like that is amazing because they say a lot of businesses don't last after, that first year. So if you keep going, what I'm saying, that's amazing. And then for you to just have that blind faith to just step out after doing hair for so long when you were, making all this money, you know. And then you were in the midst of COVID. You say you stopped at COVID
No,
when COVID happened?
of course, a lot of us were on pause anyway. So they had people that were
Right.
doing hair and barbering out for like 3 months. So I was out for 3 months, and then I had to slowly get because they cut the hours down legally. I couldn't work that much, and then prior to that, I had started to like really dabbling in like, okay, so what's next for me? I felt like I had reached my highest height, which I did in my opinion. And I just started to get kind of burnt out. Because I was doing this before social media. And so, I was behind a chair since I was 17, basically. My knees hurt, my body, just like, and I always knew
Right. It took a
I
toll
didn't
on
want
you.
to be 40 and behind a chair anyway, and I already knew that. So I had a vision to not be behind a chair anyway at that time. But no, I stopped May 2021 was when that was my last day.
You talked about you being in a depressed state. How did that affect you, and what type of things were coming up as you were like? How did you even know you were depressed? Because we hear that word all the time, but like, how did you even know that you was in a depressed state?
I wish my husband was here to tell you, but it was bad. I it was just like I don't to be honest, I was just like I have no worth. There's nothing going on for me. That's how I felt.
Right.
And I'm yeah,
You
I
felt
felt
your identity was
gone. Like,
gone.
what am I doing? Like, I have nothing here. And I have four kids. And so, I'm just a woman that likes to make sure that yes, I have a husband who does what he's supposed to do, bills and all stuff, but I gotta be able to contribute. I have children, I have things that they need. There's a certain lifestyle that I want my children to have, and being able to do that. But then when your identity is taken away, I was like, well, dang, like it was just really, really hard for me to let go of the fact that I was no longer dream chasing hair. And it was hard for other people to realize that until this day, people still inbox me, can you please? It's just like, and it's like that's all people see you as, and then that's all you see yourself as when you don't know who you are outside of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of times that we let a title define who we were, and I struggle with that also. I'm coming out of pivoting from corporate life, healthcare corporate life, into podcast content creation life, and it's totally different, and you have to like really make a switch because corporate life and it's just totally different, and you don't make money the same, and it's Like, it's really a struggle in the beginning, but once you start taking off and keep believing in yourself and keep, you really got to have that dog in you to like keep going when you're down. So I understand you saying you've been in depressed mode, and having to navigate and figure out your identity when it comes to that, because a lot of people are not able to make that switch, and they're not able to point that out in their and inside, because identity is everything. You've been working somewhere for all these years and you make a switch, and it's like, what do you do?
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. It was.
Yeah.
And to be frank, it's sometimes where it's still kind of hard. Like a little thought, like it's still kind of hard. Like, girl, you actually left that industry. Like,
Girl, listen, all the time.
what were you thinking? But the lessons that I've learned since leaving the hair industry and
Yeah.
the things that I have been able to do has been like I wouldn't trade it. And to be honest with you, I couldn't imagine like my friends asked me, could you ever see yourself? I couldn't imagine being behind the chair right now doing a silk press for about an
Doing.
hour, and then that just does not satisfy me anymore. I think I have done my
Yeah.
mission there. If God tells me something different, okay, but mm-mm.
I completely understand. I definitely do. What was the scariest part about starting over when everyone already knows you from one thing, like you said
Thinking I'm gonna
before?
fail, and
Yeah, failure plays a
really
big
failure.
part in
That was the
everything we do.
scariest thing. Because when you fail, it seems like everything else crumbles around you. So for me, the scariest thing
Yeah.
was failure.
Do you think failure is like a mindset thing? Like, you have to believe that you're gonna fail, so you fail? Because I know, speaking affirmations to yourself works, right? So I feel like if you have faith in yourself and you believe in yourself enough, then you won't fail. But that's what I'm saying. Do you think it's a mindset thing? Do you think everything is a mindset thing?
No, I'm gonna say no because we also got to work on
Okay.
God's timing. You can have all the faith in the
Mm-hmm.
world that you think something is going to work out or I'm going to do this, but uh, if it's not the time, it's not the time. And I still feel that way
That is so
now. Like
true.
I listen to Myron Golden a lot, and he said all work
Mm-hmm.
works. Either it works for you or it works on you.
Works with
If
you.
things are
Yeah.
not
Yep. That's
working
true.
how you want it, you can have faith that it's going to work. And sometimes it does work. It works exactly how you want it to work, or it works towards it, and sometimes it doesn't. But there's lessons in both of those things.
Yeah. I think I'm
Oh,
experiencing
me too,
both of
girl.
those things.
Me too. It, me too. So I
What is it like? You have to be delusional,
you have to
but you have to be
yeah, you do.
realistic too, because
You really do. But I think the art of just trying is it's powerful just to try to do something different. I I said this on
yeah,
TikTok yesterday. I was like, I don't care who you are in the world. Everyone should try to be an entrepreneur at least one time in their life because if you don't ever try to be an entrepreneur, you'll never know how much grit you have, the dog in you, how
yeah.
successful you can really be. Like the highest heights, you will never know because you're so comfortable with a 9 to 5. You'll never know.
Yeah, that's so true. And entrepreneurship is not for everyone, but at least you try to see if you can do it. Now, it doesn't mean like quit your job today or tomorrow, right? It just means, even if you have a job, try to do something on the side,
Yeah.
entrepreneur. But yeah, we're not trying to tell you to quit your job on, today. Like, no, you got to really make those good decisions, especially in this economy. You really have to develop those skills of making really good decisions, because every decision could could change
Yes.
your life.
And but I
So
also feel like nothing is safe. Like even your 9 to 5 is not safe. Your
Yeah.
career, your full-time career is not safe.
Yeah.
There's people getting laid off, can't find jobs.
Yep.
So you're gonna have to do something. You gotta do something, but
Yep.
nothing is 100% guaranteed.
That's correct. That's definitely correct. Do you think Black women are taught to survive so much that we that we forget how to
Yes.
actually live? I believe that
I feel
too.
like we were
Yeah.
raised on survival mode almost.
Oh my
And when
God.
you see a woman that is living in, trying to be soft and feminine, you look at her as weak. And I don't like I used to think like
Yeah.
that, but now I'm just like, oh no, she's more powerful than anybody because she's letting her life lead her, or her man lead her, or her just letting things, you know what I'm saying? Like it is a difference.
Yeah.
And we don't know how to actually live.
Live. Yeah. I believe we don't, because we're always doing something like every single day, especially if you have kids. You're being a mom every day. You know what I'm saying? You don't get a break off of being a mom. You don't get a break off of being a friend, being a daughter, being, all of these things that they require from us. Like, we want to just be, right? And we don't get a chance to just be. I mean, luckily you have a husband, but some people are not fortunate to have that. They don't get a chance to just be. So I do think that we were taught to just survive, because we've seen so many people from our ancestors doing that. Back then, so many generations have been brought up to just survive, because we weren't able to have certain things, just like, yeah. So oh, the word survival, oh, it just
I don't want to survive anymore. I just want to live.
Yes, just live. I just want to live. Okay, so you mentioned motherhood and still finding yourself. Do you think mothers lose themselves trying to be well, I just said that. We definitely lose ourselves trying to be everything for everyone else.
Yeah, we do.
Yes,
Definitely
for sure.
lose ourselves trying to be for everyone else. And that's why I try to advocate so much for, I just try to show women with full lives, and this is really my whole mission, is to show women with full lives how to actually live it and love it. And I think people often forget that just because you have kids, you're still a woman. You can still be outside. You can still take girls. You can still take a solo trip. And I feel, it's always frowned upon. Like, oh, don't she got kids? Why is she out to brunch? Like, why is she out of town? Why is she solo? Because I can be. And
why she in the club?
I don't club no more. I'd rather go to a lounge.
Yeah.
I'd rather go to a day party and be back by 8 o'clock. But it's so frowned upon, especially for women. Men, they're free to go. But women,
Yes.
we can't sit up here and have a solo overnight stay. We can't. And so that's why I'm such a huge advocate for that, because why not? I don't care. And I always talk to my audience about um your your time gaps. Like, where are your time gaps? If you don't have a week, do you have a day or 2 days? If you don't have 2 days, do you have a day? If you don't have a day, do you have an hour? If you don't have an hour, do you have 30 minutes? You have time to do something.
I love that.
It's just
Yeah, for yourself. Yeah, I love that.
And I feel, oh, I have kids, I can't do that. Oh, I got a man, no, he won't let me. He won't let me. It's just, insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. I'm stuck on that. He won't let me.
There's some people that have said that to me. But like, oh, I'm married. I don't know if my husband will let me do that. I said, let you. I say, oh, okay. Well, hey, good luck to you, because that's crazy. Mm-hmm.
I pray for that. I pray for her.
Me
too. What's something you tolerated in your old life that you're that your new self would never accept again?
Not having enough boundaries. Saying yes all the time. Saying yes all the
Yes.
time to certain things. Um, when I was behind the
Yes.
chair, it was like, oh, Ashley, can you please squeeze me in this? That, like, okay, I can squeeze you in. But then that's messing up my time. That's messing up my schedule. That's messing up my
Yeah.
peace. That's messing up time with my family. I would never do that again, ever.
I agree with that. I think that's a form of people pleasing, and also I'm a reformed people pleaser. I think that when it came to me, I have said yes to so many people because the way I wanted to show up in people's life, so they can show up in my life the way that I show up. So that's the reason why I say yes. But I've learned that I wasn't getting that, reciprocation from everyone else. Like they wasn't doing that. Just because I showed up a certain way doesn't mean that they had to show up a certain way. So I had to set those type of boundaries and pull myself back from certain people and places and things of of that nature. So yes, setting boundaries is a must. Listen, I'm all about setting boundaries
for yourself, or you're gonna be worn out. And like I always used to say, like,
yeah.
and I know I keep saying this, but this is just so true. Like when I was a hairstylist, I was just thinking, like, if I was to pass away, they would be like, "Oh my God, Ashley's gone." A day later, they got somebody else in their chair. Before they were in someone else's chair.
That's
So it's like, yeah, the
look.
boundaries are like the thing. I'm not doing stuff, especially I'm really starting to do more of that now, just for like certain things I deal with as a full time creator. Like certain things I'm just not going to do if it's not worth my time, and
Right.
that's a boundary for me. I'm not going to do it. I can't. As a woman of color
Yeah.
in this industry, it's way harder.
Yes.
So yeah.
Oh yes, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about that in the influencer industry when it comes to Black creators and white creators, especially women Black creators, that you guys don't get reciprocated just like white creators, and it's not fair, and I feel like it's the same thing. I feel like no matter what we do, we always get the end of the stick in any area. Like,
yeah, we
like,
do.
and and it leaves a bad taste in my mouth because it's like you really can't do nothing but speak up for yourself and pray that when you do speak up for yourself, that you will get what you deserve. But then some speaking up for yourself can also hinder you from getting ahead.
It can.
Yeah.
That's why I just learned to say no for certain things that I know I should be getting paid for, or they want these type of deliverables and they're just offering me a comp something. I'm just not gonna do it. No, I can't. So that's a boundary set.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, set those boundaries, guys, because don't play with. If you let them play with you, yes, set those boundaries for sure. When it comes, what's something people don't talk about enough when it comes to career transition and identity loss?
What's something that they don't talk about? I would say just really the feelings that you're gonna have, the things that people are gonna say to you, the identity shift. They don't talk about that. People feel like, oh, I'm about to change into this career. It's gonna automatically be there. No, the work you have to put in. Those are things that they don't really talk about. They think it's gonna automatically happen for them because they decided to transition, and it's really the identity. It's really, and that's why I feel like I'm such an advocate for therapy and things like that, because you have to know who you are outside. Because if everything gets stripped from you, which is this is something that I'm still dealing with, like if everything gets stripped from you, who are you outside of that? Like you have to know that stuff, because if not, you're going to it's going to be hard.
You don't know who you are, they definitely gonna tell you who you are.
And then that won't be good either. And then I feel like when you're trying to transition into something like that, it's really easy to just do what everyone else is doing because you think it's easier, but then
Yeah.
you end up not feeling right because that's
Here.
not who you are.
Yep. And then also with people around you, because you was doing this for so long, they're not they don't want to accept that you're trying to change and still trying to bring you down to where you were. Because they don't have that mindset of
No,
change.
and that's all they want to see you as because it's and they do it for selfish
Yeah.
reasons, of course. I mean, and that's kind of natural when you're used to
Yes.
seeing someone in a certain element and then they do it. You're like, well, what is happening? So it is a little scary,
Right.
but then also something that I wish that I would have done, honestly, truly. And I was just thinking about this the other day. After the day I left here, I took like 3 weeks off to not do anything. I wish I would have took a little bit longer. So I feel like anyone listening, if
Mm-hmm.
you're thinking about transition into something, have enough time where you could take like 2 months to just do nothing. Nothing new
Nothing.
thing,
Yeah.
nothing from the old thing. Just sit and be with yourself and gather your habits and see who you are because during that time you can really find a lot of peace. I wish I would have done that. Not be in such a rush to get to the next thing. Like having rest is
Yeah.
important. So that's another thing that people don't understand when you're trying to transition. You will like try to figure out your identity, but you're gonna need some time to really sit with yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Your body definitely need rest mentally and physically and spiritually because your body tells you
Mhm.
before anything.
Mhm.
Okay? First is your body, then mentally, then spiritually. It's like, okay, once you ignore your body, then it comes down spiritually. Be like, okay, you going how many times you gonna keep ignoring what God trying to tell you?
That's
And that's when you create burnout, and then you create resentment from certain situations or the role you're in because you let yourself go too far that you didn't
that's
even
right.
take rest for yourself.
And then you get stuck.
Yep.
True.
You get stuck. Yep. And now you depressed, unhappy because you
That's
didn't
right.
listen to yourself.
That's
Yep.
right.
Mm-hmm. Has healing generational trauma changed the way you parent, love, or speak to
I would
yourself?
say that I'm still in the process of healing. So I'm still in a process of healing certain things. I
Yeah.
think that healing is a forever thing. I don't think anyone ever a hundred excuse me
Percent.
heals because if that's the case then you're
Yes.
perfect and I don't think that no one is perfect but it definitely me trying to heal myself because therapy is something that no one in my family really talked about going to therapy. So,
Mm-hmm.
but it
Mm-hmm.
but it has because then again, I want my kids to have, and I've tried to provide them with a good childhood, a good living situation, and those are just things that I had majority of the time, not all, but it has
Mm-hmm.
changed the way that I live my life, that I parent, especially as a woman. Like we said we're always taught to be like survival, but I want to show them, especially
Yeah.
because I have boys. When my stepdaughter is 20,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
but I birthed three boys, and but we've been together for such a long time. I do want them to see how a woman can take care of herself and how it's
Yeah.
okay for when you have a wife for her to want to go do something by herself. Like that to me is a part of healing and a part of showing how relationships
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Ooh, I don't have any kids yet, but that's you're leading a great example for your
Girl,
for
I'm
your
trying.
sons for
It's
sure.
it's hard out here. Very hard.
And and coming up for me as well, like therapy wasn't something
Hmm.
that we talked about. I remember I was on a school trip going to was I at school? Or I was working at a summer camp. And we were in Ocean City, and I was talking to one of the counselors, and they were talking about, oh, you should go to therapy. And I was like, I ain't having no shrink. I don't want to talk about shrink.
They say it like it's a bad thing, like, oh, shrink. Like, no, it has been life changing. I'm a big advocate for it. Like, I love it.
Yeah, yes. Now, sometimes it is kind of hard finding the right therapist, but I always say it's like a pair of shoes. Like, once you find that right pair of shoe, then you'll be able to walk and run, and you don't have to. Certain people think that you're going to be in therapy your whole life, and that may not be the case, right? You may have certain areas in your life where you need a therapist for this particular season, but you don't stay in, and you use the tools that the therapist give you, and you navigate with it through life, but when you need to talk to someone and not to your friend.
Because a friend is most of the time is going to tell you what you want to hear most of the time. But if you have good friends, of course, they won't tell you what's right. But
right.
I feel like therapists, because they're such a neutral person and they have experience in it, and it's just refreshing to not feel like you're going to be judged, just to let it out.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We do not love trauma dumping on people. I had to learn from that too, because child, I don't know. I just thought that coming up, being my friend, I trusting you, I care about you. This is, what we do, but not noticing that can hurt them too by dumping all of my business or situations onto them, instead of talking to someone that can actually help you through certain things. So I had to learn from that as well.
Find a therapist that's going to tell you the truth and not sugarcoat.
Yes.
And it took me like 4 people to go through till I found the one I really like. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm still on the journey. I went through a couple. I'm still on the journey to finding that right therapist. Yes. Mm-hmm. What's one uncomfortable decision that completely changed your life, besides you leaving?
Situation that changed my life, besides me leaving here.
Mm-hmm.
I left Virginia, my hometown, and moved to Charlotte in 2013. That was the most one of the most uncomfortable things, because again, I born and raised in the 757, and I moved here. He's my husband now, but he was my then boyfriend, and he was like, "I'm moving back home, and I want you to come with me." I was like, "Well, I'm not coming with you. Like, this is my. I'm not. We're not married.
Right. This is my home. You want me to come with you to your home?"
We're not married. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take a leap, and it really changed my life. Like, as soon as I touched down in Charlotte, it was go mode for me, and I built my hair business. I built my. It was like one of the best things I could have ever done for my life was to move. So it's just been life changing. Charlotte is a great city, a great place to go into business, a great place to raise kids. Like, it's just, I love Charlotte. So that moving from my hometown with, I have a small family. Actually, my uncle doesn't have any kids, so my maiden name is Milligan. If he doesn't have the kids, I'll probably be the last Milligan. Which is my maiden name. So that's how small my family is. To leave them and to come here, it was a huge transition for me. My oldest son was 2 at the time, and my middle son was what's it? Shoot. No, he wasn't 2. He was 5, and my middle son was 2. And so it was hard.
A huge transition. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Moving, they don't talk about what moving requires, okay? Like, you're literally taking yourself out of your comfort zone, moving somewhere that you don't know no one. I understand how kids felt, because when you be like, oh, we moving, they got to leave behind their school, their friends, and you're doing the same exact thing, but you're grown. You're still can talk to those friends, but kids are different.
Yeah.
right? They gotta learn. We both have to learn all these things and try to figure out, did I make the right decision in moving here, or this this wasn't a good fit.
That was scary.
I only moved. Yeah, I have moved. I'm from the DMV area. Well, DC. I have moved around in the DMV, and I also moved to Atlanta. And for a year, and it wasn't bad. It's just that the reason why I didn't flourish in Atlanta is because I moved for the wrong reasons. I didn't move for the right reason at that time, right? So that's another thing, right? Are you moving for the right reason or the wrong reason?
Know until you do it.
So,
but I'm a
advocate
that's
for everyone
true. Leaving their hometown and move somewhere else. You're stuck in the same
place. Yes.
Like, how are you growing? And I'm not saying don't go back, but leave one time.
Right.
One time, and see how it is. And it's been so far so good. Love Charlotte.
I just love the fact that we just have free will. Like, we can get up today and just move whenever, and just I love that about us. Like, traveling, going to a different place, you be here the next day, you be there I love that. I love that about life.
Whenever I turn 40, my goal, because I've never lived by myself. I've always lived either, it was my kids, my two oldest boys and me, and then it was my now husband. But I've never just lived with Ashley. So
by yourself. Everybody should experience that for sure.
Chicago, outside of Charlotte, Chicago is my favorite city. So when I turn 40, I'm going to Chicago for a week by myself. And I'm going to rent me a nice condo, a nice little, condo with the city views. And I'm going to stay, and I'm going to be in Chicago like I lived there for like a week.
That's right. That's how you're supposed to do
it. Whenever that, because I'm not that close. I'm a little close.
There yet.
I'm going to do that. And I don't care what nobody got to say about it. I'm already letting everybody know right now that
as you should.
Yes.
As you should. I've been to Chicago. It's really nice out there. Yeah.
City, the best.
It's really nice.
Yes.
It's really nice. Do you think people stay stuck because comfort feels safer than growth?
Comfort, shoot, comfort makes you let you sleep well at night. Comfort
That's so
gives you the ease, but you don't grow in comfort.
Don't grow in comfort. Nope.
In the same predicament. You don't grow staying the same. And we often feel like, oh, well, why am I going through this? God pushes you to get to a certain place to see you grow. And you never know until you actually do it. So yes, growth, like staying in comfort is one of the worst things that you could ever do.
Things you could do. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah. I think when I get an itch of being, so it's kind of like when you get an itch of being in comfort, like you wanna make something shake, right? But then once you get in that uncomfortable uncertainty space, it's like, oh my God.
Over.
Right. The feelings you experience in uncertainty. I talked about this on another episode, but uncertainty, drives me crazy. But the growth you experience in your uncertainty area, like 10 out of 10, like wouldn't change it for the world.
I mean, my growth, and I'm going through one right now, to be honest with you. It's like you get tested on every single level. And I thought, especially for this year, I thought my year was going to be a little different. It's not going how I exactly wanted it to go. So this is like a growth thing for me. But the worst was 2021, 2022, and a little bit of 2023 for me. The worst.
The worst. Yeah. My worst was last year and the year before then. Going through it. Like, I mean, and it's slowly, like, I'm still in the transition mode, but it's still slowly, progressing. But
it's like,
child,
you really don't know how you're gonna make it out, and like you're questioning everything in your life. Like, what am I here for? What are we
yes.
doing? Like, oh God.
Those times where it's like, I mean, but let's be very transparent. I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to be here. I'm tired of living. I'm tired of fighting to live. I'm tired of everything, right? But then you have to push yourself so far to get out of that mindset, because you have to believe that you're going to be okay. The strength to push yourself out of that mindset, because that mindset can depress. So many things could come up for you when you're in that mindset, right? But to push yourself out of that, oh my God. Still to this day, like, I still have thoughts,
Everybody does. Yeah, and then another thing, to be more transparent, in 2020 I found out that I had PMDD, which is like not even PMS. It's like 10 times worse than PMS. 3 weeks, 2 weeks before your cycle, because I was trying to figure out why am I so depressed around this time, like extra. I found out about that in 2020. I found out I had that. It's like super bad. So, but I don't even think I would have learned about that if I wouldn't have been off during COVID. So it's like certain things, like you just get to know yourself more, not even just financially and spiritually, but healthy wise, to figure out like what is triggering you not getting to this certain point, and you really got to do it. Like last year, I took a whole year off. I didn't drink alcohol for a whole year last year, so that was something that I got to experience.
That's amazing.
From not doing that, so it's just like it's always a cycle of growth and trying to learn, and we never get to that point. It's always levels. It's always levels.
Yes, levels, right. You be thinking that you did and be like, not yet. Right. And I be thinking like, dang, like, can you just give me a break?
Give me a break. I mean, good. I'm trying to do the right thing.
Can you give me a break?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, Lord. So how do you know when it's time to outgrow the version of yourself?
When it's too comfortable, or I think we all know when it's time to pivot. When certain things don't bother you like they used to, and you're just feeling like blah, like meh, I feel like you should always try to challenge yourself to do something. So
I think, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I think I do think when you get to that uncomfortable stage, like for me, because I was in corporate, I was going through so many changes, and so many promises was being made and nothing was happening. And I was just so like, oh, like, why am I not getting the things that I know I could get? Like, why am I not being treated the way I'm supposed to be treated? I'm not reaching the level of where I think I'm supposed to go. Like, and I was just so uncomfortable and fighting, like survival, and just fighting to be heard and be seen. And then I finally made a decision. I was just like, you know what? I think you have to get to a place where you just like, fuck it. I don't care anymore. Like, I got to do this, because if I don't do this, then I'm still going to be in this situation. It's like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I think that we do all hit that point where we like, you know what? Fuck it.
And then, but see, then even when we do that, we still try to do things we know we're not supposed to do. And so that's why I say, it's so hard. Like, it is so hard. And then you end up comparing yourself. Well, this person is getting to this point. That's one of the biggest things, like comparison. what other people are
Yes.
doing and how much
Comparison.
money they're making and how they live in their life. It's like, how do they get to that point? Why am I not at this point? And it's just like I said, it's all about timing.
Yes.
And you could try to do
Yeah.
everything that you think in the world is going to help, but if it's not your time, it's not your time.
It's not timing, right? And you don't even know when that timing coming. That's what we was talking about. Having faith all day, but not. Whoo.
It's the timing, and then you want to give up, and then the party's like, no, you know this is what you can do, so don't give up.
Nope.
I mean, we've all thought about giving up.
Yep.
What we're doing at one point. It's hard to do anything.
Yep.
It's truly hard. Like it was a point in like my 2020, 2021, 2022. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go get a 9-to-5. But I've never been a corporate.
Worked a 9-to-5. Yeah.
17/18. I've never had a corporate job. I have no experience. I've always been an entrepreneur. So that, you thought like, oh, well, let me go get 9-to-5. And then you be like, no, girl, keep doing what you're doing. And then there's growth in that.
Yeah.
Trying to rush the process to get to a certain way will have you so drained. So it's just like no point in doing that.
It's like you're so like it's like an itch, like, oh my God. No, it's not right. You know something's not right.
1,000% agree.
Ooh, I swear. It's like, what can you do?
I get it.
What can you do? Well, that's all the questions that I have for you. Thank you for having such a transparent conversation with me. You
we both
brought up.
Life is
because life, yes, I have
all of it, but it's like, like I said earlier, like it's nothing like taking that leap, and you never know what your life could be or what you could accomplish if you don't take that leap, because so many people, and like I hear people say now, you should never quit your job to do something full time, and while that may be true for some, it's not true for all people. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone has a corporate background. Not everyone can take a risk to do that. And then another thing that I find, that majority of the people that say, I will never leave my 9-to-5, they don't have kids. They don't have people that fall back on them. And even though it should honestly be reversed, if you do have a family, you probably shouldn't. But it's like the level of it's all or nothing. It comes out when you take a full leap. That's just how I feel.
I do.
And I'm a big advocate for just doing whatever it is that you want to do, living your life how you want to live it. We all got problems. We all have responsibilities. But what are you doing with yourself? Because at the end of the day, in 10 years, are you going to wish you would have did it?
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. Are you going to regret the fact that you didn't do it? So it's like, why not do it now? That's how I feel.
Yeah,
and I just want to live like and I think it's because I've always been like a rebellious person. Even in high school, I got in trouble a lot because I want to do what I want to do. I want to do it. I don't want anybody to tell me when and when I do something.
Tell me. Exactly. I was rebellious when it comes to my mom, but like I always tried to do certain things right, but I wasn't a bad kid. But when it came to my mom telling me what to do,
well,
I didn't want nobody to tell me what to do. I didn't listen to nobody.
I wasn't too bad with her because Terry and my grandma and them did not play. Did not play my big. But outside of that, I was like, I can't. And it's still to this day, I can't do it.
I know. I mean,
yeah. So that's why I'm just such a big advocate for freedom. If I could say the word, it would just be freedom.
Yes. My mom always told me, I can't stand that. Don't quit your job until you have something else. But I feel like those people, they ain't living in their truth, or they living through other people. Like,
I mean, and it makes sense
yeah.
to
If
not
you
quit,
haven't,
not quit anything until you have something else lined up. And
yeah,
it does
absolutely, it
work when
does.
you are trying to, but sometimes you can't help. Sometimes God calls you out of something, you get fired, you get terminated, or you get sick and you can't do it. So what you going? So what's the excuse now?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
pros and cons to everything, but you really got to sit back and figure out what's
Everything.
best
Yeah.
for you, and not listen to everybody. Like you
Yes,
have to figure out
absolutely.
what's best for you and your situation, and go just go from there. Really.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate of not listening to nobody and listening to myself, because I'm the only one living this life. Y'all not living it for me. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. Are you gonna help me when these bills are due, when I need somewhere to stay? You might say you gonna help me, but are you really gonna actually help? You know what I'm saying?
I
So
feel you on that.
yeah.
100,000%. Yes.
Yeah. I feel like people just I just feel like people just be talking, like they really don't be experiencing things, or they only see things from their peripheral of how they feel like they can reach.
And they
But
only say that,
yeah.
and I get, having money is, a lot of people think, oh, money isn't everything, but money is up there with being the one of the most important things under God, and under that it has, because you cannot
Yes.
move how you want to move without it. And people be so caught, and I get
Yes.
that,
100%.
I really do. But are you really gonna stay at a job because, oh, money, or I'm not gonna fully pursue my business because I need this money to do that? Them jobs don't care about nobody. The clients that, even
Nope.
if you are someone who is self-employed, like I've been my entire life, work behind a chair, they love you. But then again, something happens, or you don't take them on the day, or something like that. They cuss you out, and they don't
But
care. So
yeah,
what are you gonna do for you?
they don't care.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yep. That's
Yep. Live for you guys. The the message today is be free, live for you, do what you want to do, get to know who you are,
it.
and start from there.
Love that. Thank you so much.
Of course, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the Blck Impact Podcast. I am Tiffany, your host, and today I have my guest, lovely guest, of this beautiful transparent conversation, Ashley. Guys, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. All her information will be in description below.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
And Ashley, is there anything you want to say to the audience
Um,
before we go?
I would just say to keep trying to be your authentic self in this world full of copycats, in
Yeah.
this world full of monkey see, monkey
What?
do. There is
What you
power in
say?
being authentic and doing whatever it is that you want to do.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it here, y'all. All right. Thank you so much, Ashley, for being a part of the Blck Impact Podcast. And we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.